So I'm going to talk about the build I'm working on. It's a Death Blow Barbarian. It's not the build I used to complete the story mode and the expansion, and it's not the build I used to reach Torment 2, but it's the build that helped me reach Torment 3. Now on Torment 3 there are some activities I can do, but others, like fighting the Blood Maiden, like fighting other bosses, Hell Tides, they're a little bit difficult, and for a reason. This build is still work in progress. So let's talk about the skills first. So a few things might change, like I said, trial and error. It's my build. I haven't looked at what the other guys are doing, the gears they are using, the tempering, etc., legendary aspects. I'm working on it as I'm finding things, as I'm finding gears. So those two, it's just to kind of unlock this part. And this part here, I'm not using anything, but I still need to allocate points to reach that section here. So here, core and weapon mastery skills have 10% chance to make vulnerable. I have a better way to always make my enemies vulnerable. So 1 point here and 3 points here after overpowering. I also have a guaranteed way to overpower my enemies. So 3 points here. And then ground stomp. I'm using it mainly to create an earthquake where I'm standing. But otherwise, here, generate 60 fury, not bad, but I have other ways to generate fury. And here it also applies a vulnerable. It's not for the vulnerable, it's for the increased damage. Here I have rallying cry. It's a shout skill, keep that in mind. It is a shout skill, but I'm mainly using it to get unstoppable while it's active. You always need a source of getting free of whatever is preventing you from moving, like when you're frozen. So that's what I'm using. And here, challenging shout. I gain 48% damage reduction, and I gain thorns. Now the thorn I can remove and place it elsewhere. I will see. And here I have war cry, which increase damage. It's very good. And here, pay attention to this. War cry grants berserking for 4 seconds. It's not a war cry that's making me berserk. I'm always berserk, but war cry also makes me berserk. I will explain how it's very useful a bit later. And when you have at least 6 enemies, you get a bonus 10% damage. And of course, I want my shouts the effect, the durations to be increased. Here, it makes the enemies deal 12% less damage. And here, your shout also heals allies, but it also heals my character, so why not 3 points here. There, it's a melee character, so of course 9% increased damage to close enemies. And this is where I'm getting my vulnerability. I'm always making my enemies vulnerable, because dealing direct damage with weapon mastery skill causes your next core skill to make enemies vulnerable. And if you know the barbarian, you know the third blade, it's a weapon. That's how I'm able to always make my enemies vulnerable. And there you go. Death blow. That's the only skill I'm using, apart from ground stomp. The ground stomp is just for assistance. It's to create the earthquakes. One of the way to create earthquake. But death blow is both a weapon mastery and a core skill. This is how I'm always making my enemies vulnerable, and it's costing fury, not charges, because of the third blade, which I will show you when I will be showing you my gear. And here, death blow is 200% increased damage, and if I damage, that's the most interesting part here. It's not when I kill, it's when I damage at least one enemy, I gain 20 fury. So with all the gear and death blow getting back 20 fury when you damage an enemy, I can keep my fury up. it's only when I'm too erratic on the mouse and I'm hitting when I shouldn't. Okay, when I'm attacking when I shouldn't, because I'm not noticing that my enemies are dying anyway, and it does not damage any enemy, then my fury will go down. But otherwise, I have fury, enough fury to keep using Death Blow. And here, just to get it, to have access to the others, but here is the main one. While fortified, I gain 6% damage reduction and heal for 1.5%. I'm almost always fortified. One source is this one, casting a weapon mastery skill with which Death Blow is. It will grant me 20%, no, 10% of my maximum life as fortified. I have other ways to fortify myself, so that's a good thing. And here, first time ever I'm using a build without any ultimate skill. I have overpower guaranteed, so when it procs 24% increased damage using 200 weapon, which I am. It is a bludgeoning weapon, so skills using bludgeoning weapons deal 50% increased damage if the enemy is stunned or vulnerable. They will always be vulnerable. They will be stunned when I use the ground stomp, but otherwise I also have a chance. But anyway, I wish it was cumulative, but I'm using it for the vulnerable. My enemies are always vulnerable, and of course I'm always berserk, so berserk, whatever the term is, so always getting that 60% damage bonus. Okay, now let's have a look at the gears first, then we'll have a look at the paragon. So now I understand a little bit better how masterwork is done, how tempering is done, legendary aspects. So for example, this one, as you can see, that's not a masterwork material, but I was trying to see how it works. This one too, it's not masterwork material, but I was masterworking it. Now that I understand better how masterwork is done, this will go, maybe this will go, a few other things will go, this will be replaced, etc. This will be replaced, but for the moment that's the gear I have and that's the gear I'm using. So for the helm, until I find an ancestral one, this is the one I'm using, because you gain berserking while already berserk. And remember when I told you Warcry is granting me berserk, but I'm already berserk. So when I'm already berserk and I trigger Warcry, it's going to make me berserk while it's still berserk. And what it does is I have a 60% chance. So the numbers are very good. Only it's not an ancestral helm, otherwise it would have been masterwork material. And berserking while already berserk guarantees 60% chance to become more enraged and give me 35% increased damage. So it's very often that I'm getting this bonus. Okay, and why I'm always berserk is because of this aspect. While above 40 fury, and that's the best I could get, because minimum is 40, you are berserk. Okay, I'm always berserk, unless, like I said, I don't pay attention. I'm using Death Blow when there are no enemies to hit. They are already dying, but because of the animation and all the numbers, I keep using Death Blow, and then I can get low, but I'm always berserk. Okay, and here, like I said, this is going. For the moment I don't have a better tunic, but I'm getting +4 fury per second, because remember here, while I'm berserk I'm losing 2 fury per second, so even while standing still I still have a way to keep my fury up. And then ground stomp cooldown, earthquake size, like I said, this guy is going at some point, but for the moment I put damaging an elite grants you barrier. Okay, and then frostbite, no, frostburn once again until I find a better, I don't know, really I don't know what are the legendaries, and what's the other one, the purple one, I don't even know how it's called. I don't know what's waiting for me ahead. It's my build, 100% my build. So if I find a better glow, I will put, but for the moment I'm getting chance to deal fire damage, chance to deal cold damage, so I'm using it. I have attack speed, etc. And here, once again, I need resistance. This is giving me resistance. I'm using it, and as you can also see, I have runes. By the way, you need the DLC, Vessel of Hatred, to be able to get those runes. So the one I'm using is when I evade, I invoke the Barbarian. I'm sorry, I pronounce it Barbarian. If you pronounce it differently, English is not my first language. So when I evade, I create an earthquake, which is very good because I'm a barbarian and I have ways to improve my earthquakes. And on top of that, I'm using Yen's Blessing. It's giving me +3 maximum evade, so I can evade 4 times consecutively. And I'm also using it because of the resistance to all elements, mostly resource generation bonus. So as I said, I started to masterwork it just to realize I shouldn't, because casting a skill has a 44% chance, okay, while you could go up to 60. Anyway, and this is why I haven't masterworked my overkill. First of all, because I need material, but also Death Blow creates a shockwave dealing 65%. It could go up to 80%, and it's not ancestral. So like I said, little by little I'm getting to understand better how those things work, so I'm not going to masterwork those gears, okay? But this one, the third blade, first of all, it's what is making this build work. Your weapon mastery skills are now also core skills, and they cost fury, and that's why Death Blow is a weapon mastery skill, but it's now also a core skill thanks to that third blade weapon, and it's costing me 35 fury. Okay, we'll come back to that 35 fury in a moment, and that's what's making the build work. And I found that yep, why not masterwork it, and it's fully masterwork, and I'm getting 70% more damage, 176% weapon mastery damage, etc. Free fury on kill, so it keeps that Death Blow up. And the next weapon here, it's 62% damage while berserking, very good, and 23% chance for Death Blow to deal double damage. And as already pointed out, this aspect is what is keeping me always berserk. Here I have, after generating 100 fury, generating, not using but generating, I create 2 devil dust that deal damage. And because I will be generating fury from different sources, from kills, as you saw, a Death Blow, when it injures an enemy, does not have to kill it, I get 20 fury. And there is one that is generating fury somewhere, I don't remember where it is. This one here, plus fury on kill. So okay, when I generate 100 fury, I'm creating Dust Devils. Here, this will go, this ring will go, because I removed it and replaced it with something else. And the basic resource generation temper not helping a lot here. So yep, this ring might go. But whenever you cast a shout skill, its active cooldown is reduced by 19%. And I have to get a better upgraded version of this aspect. But anyway, it's making my ground stomp, because it's the only active cooldown. Its active cooldown is reduced by no, that's not the one. It's the shout itself. It's the shout itself that's getting its cooldown reduced. I was confusing with another thing on the Paragon boat. So yeah, you get your cooldown available more often, you get to use them more often. And here, Ring of Red Furor, I believe it could be a masterwork material, except that there are a few figures I think they could be higher. But after spending this time 100 fury within 5 seconds, Your next non-channeled core or weapon mastery skill cast within 5 seconds is a guaranteed critical strike. I'm getting guaranteed critical strike. Why? Because after spending 100 fury, spending this time, okay? And what this guy is costing is 35, okay, 70, okay, 105. So 3 death blows. I can do them 1 second, max 2 seconds. Okay, that's so fast. So I'm definitely generating 100 fury within 5 seconds. And remember, death blow is both a core and a weapon master skill. So I just keep using death blow. As we saw earlier, my enemies are going to be vulnerable. Plus, every 4 hit, it's a guaranteed critical strike, and here I have 172% critical strike damage, plus the other bonus like 15% attack speed. I could masterwork this if I don't get a better version. And here, look at this one. Look at the yellow figure, 245% critical strike damage. Very interesting. And I also have the ground storm creates an earthquake. Okay, because earthquake too. If you rely only on death blow, I mean, it's a barbarian. Okay, you have to use as many things as possible: earthquakes, whirlwinds, not whirlwind, dust devil, etc. So it's always good to stand in an earthquake, because while standing in earthquakes, while the earthquake is still active, and 4 seconds after, you did 100% damage. So that's the gears I'm using. And now let's have a look at the paragon board. Let me move my character. Just, you know, it's detecting that I'm doing things, because I believe I might get disconnected. Anyway, if I get disconnected, I will get back into the game again. Now, probably the thing that I still need to understand a little bit better how it works is the paragon board and the glyphs. I'm pretty sure there are things that can be done much better glyphs to use, but for the moment that's what I have. And remember, I still have 83 more points. Is it correct? 83? So lots of things to improve. The build can be improved, gears can be improved, paragon board can be improved, so keep that in mind. So here it's just this one I'm using, Weapon Master, 55% bonus to all rare nodes. Okay, so here I'm getting 93% damage to elite, 62% damage. And remember here what it is, Weapon Master, what's the level? Level 13. Okay, I need to level it up, and all the bonus will also go up. Keep that in mind. So my glyphs are not leveled, my paragon board is not complete, and second I'm using, of course, Carnage, because I'm always berserk. I gain speed 1, critical strike, and I'm guaranteed to critical strike, and I'm also guaranteed to overpower, as we will see in a moment. And with the glyph here, Dust Devil, Twister. Okay, and where it is, here it is, level 6. So this is going to get even better when I upgrade it. Okay, so that's what I'm using, of course, other magic nodes, etc. And the third one I'm using is Bone Breaker. Every 12 seconds, my next skill is guaranteed to overpower. This is how I'm getting a guaranteed overpower. And the glyph I'm using is, once again, I could change it, but for the moment, that's the one I was confusing with the shout. Why I'm using it is because after casting a shout skill, the active cooldown of every other non-shout skill is reduced by 2 seconds. And ground storm is the only skill that is not a shout skill that will be on cooldown. So I will of course ground storm first and then shout, if I need to ground storm. And maybe I can find a better glyph, but anyway, I'm using this for this reason. Otherwise it grants 25% bonus to all magic nodes. So that's a magic node. Okay, anyway, next what do we have? As you can see, there are still things that I haven't got, but lots of points, lots and lots of points available. So here I'm using, of course, Force of Nature for my earthquakes, and that's how I'm spawning a Dust Devil. I'm also spawning the Dust Devil, as you saw when I'm generating 100 Fury. So there you go. And here, there it is. You deal increased damage to boss squad, etc. For every 5 strength creatures within you, your earthquakes deal additional damage. And where is it? Where is it? There it is. It's still level 26. Okay, so I can add. What is it requiring? Strength. Look at here. I have strength here. I have strength here. I have strength here. I need to level it up. And this one also. Where it is? Okay, Marshall. Lots and lots. Twister, I believe. Twister. Okay, I can make this build stronger. And remember, I'm on Torment 3. I'm struggling a little bit because it works very well, very well on Torment 2, but too well. So it's too strong. And you know, if you play Diablo, you know that a build that's doing very well on one Torment might struggle on the next because wow, it's a huge difference between one Torment difficulty and the next. So on Torment 2 it's wow, it's really doing wonders. But I wanted to demonstrate on Torment 3 how it works. So the gameplay, how it works is I will evade into the enemies. Okay, if I need to ground stomp, I will ground stomp because I must ground stomp before using shout skills. But if I don't need ground stomp, I will just use war cry and challenging shout. Okay, now I keep this in reserve because it's my only source of becoming unstoppable. If I find that there's no way I'm gonna need it, I might use it, but otherwise I will use those two most of the time. And remember, when there are many enemies around, it will reduce their cooldown. So very useful. And I'm using only Death Blow, like I said. Ground Storm is for the Death Devil, and it deals additional damage too. But with this one is here, just, you know, like I said, I needed those 2 points to progress further into the build. So here what I'm going to do is just a little demonstration. And remember, this is Torment 3. It's not yet optimized for Torment 3, but just wanted to show you how it's doing on Torment 3. And then my farming for better gears, for crafting materials, masterwork materials and all will be done on Torment 2 because it's going to be faster. And remember, Fury, as long as I use Death Blow properly, it's going to be up. It's only when I'm hitting with no enemies to damage, because maybe in the heat of the action I'm attacking while all the enemies are already dead, or what. Yeah, Torment 3 I can't do Blood Maiden. I cannot. Torment 2, easy cheesy. Tormented bosses, no problem, but Torment 3, no. So I will just kind of travel here. Okay, just to kind of show you a little bit the build, how it's doing on Torment 3, knowing that it's not optimized for Torment 3. I just realized there's one thing I forgot to show you. It's the expertise, it's the axe, I believe. Or mastery, whatever it's called. Oh, don't tell me you're going to crash, because since the update it's been crashing. Where is it? Here. 200 axe expertise. It's for the 10% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Like I said, my enemies are always vulnerable, so just hope I have enough time, just, you know, a little bit. I might die, like I said, that it's not optimized for Torment 3, but just to show you. Okay, Berserk already. So I will wait a moment because sometimes it lags a little bit once I enter. Oh no! Fine, good. Okay, so let's do that last one. Okay, so you have an idea how it's working. Oh, I just changed the way I evade, so that's why I'm evading a bit like a fool. Okay, just to show you something, look at my fury. Okay, look at my fury. If I do this and I don't damage anything, that's how it goes down. I'm just want to show you if I kind of control it, like here. It's up. Okay. It's always up as long as I'm controlling. Okay, I'm sorry, I was looking down and not paying attention. I was looking on the TV. But let's go back. Like I said, it's not optimized for Torment yet, but I just need not to look at my fury. And I have an injured finger on top of that. Left middle finger I cut myself. And left finger on top of that. Okay, look at my fury. When I'm managing it, it's always up. And I died because I was looking here instead of looking at the action. As you can see, a build that is far from being complete. Okay. And doing that kind of thing on Torment 3. So I can only hope once I progress with the paragon board, get better gear and temper them, and masterwork them, and find better, improved aspects of the. Let me get back my healing potion. There it is.
Each day.
So I have high hopes for this build, and remember, it's 100% my build, so I have no idea. This was going to be a game changer when I got it fine, and then I got this one. Wow! Now I can use Death Blow. I have no idea what's coming next, so I will leave the comments open, but please don't tell me, hey, at some point you will get this gear or that gear. Please don't ruin it for me. You can say other things, but don't tell me there is a specific thing or a specific aspect or a specific unique. Don't tell me those kind of things. I want to find it by myself and see if it fits. Okay, so there it is. And once again, like I said, it was just to show you how it's doing in Torment 3, but it's not optimized for Torment 3, and I will be more effective farming for better gear, for materials and all that kind of stuff in Torment 2. So based on what you saw on Torment 3, you can only imagine how powerful it is on Torment 2. So I thank you for watching, and I will keep updating as I'm progressing with this Death Blow Barbarian.